Look, I don't have anything against people who want to be vegan. That's your choice. I think it's a bad choice, but I'm overweight, so I'm not really going to be judging other people on their physical fitness or what they choose to eat. I think you're robbing your body of, precious nutrients that it needs. But that's neither here nor there right now. I mean, my wife's been a vegetarian since she's 9 years old. She, of course, supplements her diet with whatever, things her body needs outside of that. But that's besides the point. Vegans, and I'm talking to you, and maybe I have some vegans in my audience. Your community is home to some of the most insufferable losers on the planet. Maybe you aren't, but I would argue that even bigger than furries, vegans have a community douchebag problem. They have a unhinged, self-righteous moron problem in the vegan community. And this is an absolute hilarious story. A woke vegan restaurant, of course, couldn't sell enough product to survive because you're catering to an ultra niche and also generally ultra poor group of people. Woke weirdos. So they decided, hey, we're a vegan restaurant, but we really need to diversify. So they didn't change any of their vegan options. They added meat and cheese as options on their menu. And the few customers they had that weren't spending enough money there to keep the restaurant open, harassed them and bullied them until they closed. Not till they got rid of the meat, but they were forced to close. So now all those vegans don't have anywhere to go eat their dandelion tea or whatever. It is absolutely just, these people are insufferable. Now again, hashtag not all vegans, all right? Vegan restaurant face closes after backlash. A popular California restaurant chain announced it was shutting its doors after financial struggle. So look, the vegans weren't spending enough money there. They weren't buying enough rabbit food or whatever it is that they eat. They weren't, having wheatgrass or whatever it is that they drink. They weren't supporting this restaurant. And their response to perhaps look, I know what it's like. You have a restaurant that you really like. We used to have this Vietnamese restaurant that was like 25 miles away. I loved them. They made their spring rolls. Like they weren't deep fried. They were just like wrapped in, I don't know if it was soy paper. They would put like grilled beef in it. It was so good. And their pho was so good. I purposely went there more often because I would go there and there wouldn't be anybody there. And I was like, crap, this place is going to close. If they would have added vegan options to the menu, I would not have stopped going there. I would not have protested outside with a bullhorn about it. This is an exclusively vegan thing. All right. And so instead of that, so the restaurant was called Huey's, I believe, if I remember correctly. They still have one location, but the location that was actually close to me closed. If they would have said, hey, Jeremy, we have to add vegan. We're going to have a vegan bar, vegan menu, so that we can stay open. And you can keep getting those delicious spring rolls and peanut sauce that you like so much. I'd be like, great. How can I help? I'll tell my vegetarian friends about this. I'll tell, that's how normal people react. Sage Regenerative, the final nail in the coffin came from angry vegans who began attacking the company when it dared to put meat on the menu. Sage Regenerative Kitchen and Brewery will close after 14 years. A move its owner, Molly Engelhardt, told Eatery was a sad victory for the vegans who came out in droves to protest the eatery's decision to start serving bison burgers, cheese, and other non-vegan fare. So all these people, this is a very classic. Another classic example of this is bar regulars who only come and, for the dollar tappers and they never spend any money, but they're also the a-holes that drive away good customers. If you've ever watched like John Tapper's Bar Rescue, one of the very first things he usually does in dive bars is get rid of all the regulars. It's just the truth. They become entitled. They're going behind the counter. They're doing whatever they want. And regular new people that come in who actually have money to spend, who don't show up for the 1 hour where the bar's doing promotions, they don't want to be around that. They're a problem. That's what these vegans did. So instead of supporting it and saying, boy, I don't have a lot of options as a vegan. Think about that. I live in Wisconsin. There's a million options for beers or to go to a bar. If you don't have a lot of options for vegan food, and it looks like this place had really good reviews before this, you instead harass them into closing. While the restaurant with its locations in Echo Park in Pasadena was California's most beloved plant-based bistros, it had struggled with rent and taxes. Very California of them. Then last year, Engelhardt and her husband, co-owner Elias Sosa, sold their home to put money back into the company in an effort to revive it. So people are celebrating this. This is an ownership group who gave it all. They sold the places that they lived so they could keep their restaurant open to please the very people that harassed them into closing. In May 2024, Sage added meat and cheese to its vegan menu. Engelhardt said it was all grown with regenerative farming methods, which are meant to have less environmental impact than traditional farming. I thought maybe we could merge the two things, my restaurant and my passion for regenerative agriculture, and come some new pathway. Nothing wrong with that. It's like, my wife doesn't have a lot of choices as a vegetarian. You know who serves her the best food? It's almost without exception. Steakhouses. We go to steakhouses, they will almost always make her something special that's not on the menu, and it's almost always delicious. Some sort of risotto, noodle thing, or whatever. It's not crazy like quinoa, garbage, weirdo stuff. It's just good food. Every time we go to a steakhouse, they almost exclusively do a great job. Does she care that they also serve steak? No. In fact, she's like, great, these people actually care about me. I get to feel special. They're making me a meal, just for me. The change, however, failed to draw in new customers, and it's upset its existing vegan diners. Furious vegans review bombed the restaurant with 1-star reviews. Quote, "We'll never eat here now that they serve meat. I'm sure y'all lost a lot of your vegan base when you added meat. Disgraceful," one user wrote on Yelp. Well, where are you getting your rutabaga sandwiches now? This business they were in business for 14 years. It sounds like they actually cared about the environment. They cared about regenerative farming. These are all great things. The fact that you had a little titty baby meltdown is very classic. I brought all my friends there to have meals, and it was a safe and delicious place for vegans. Why are vegans not safe in other places? By the way, the "I'm your best customer" line is literally never uttered by a place's best customers. In the history of all humanity, all the way back to the biblical days, any customer who says things like, "I've spent X dollars here over the years, I'm your best customer," they're not. They're never the best customer. They're probably the most annoying, entitled customer that they have, but they're not their best customer. And so clearly, this individual did not bring their friends there all the time to. That's what I say. Like, oh yeah, you're such a good customer that you come once a year. If you're such a good customer, maybe they would have survived. When Sage announced it was closing with a post on Instagram, of course, many vegans responded with delight. The top comment on the post, from animal rights organization PETA, slammed the chain, writing, "LA's first and last regenerative kitchen, serving humane washed meat, dairy, and eggs under the sham of regenerative farming, betrayed animals, the planet, and the kinds of customers who were duped by your cruel choices." Another critic chimed in, "This is a great day for animals. One less butcher shop posing as a restaurant in town." Okay. Well, now you don't have your restaurant. Others commented on the closure was karma for turning their back on animals and former clientele. This is what happens when you betray the animals and your customer base. Quit playing the victim card. These people are so insufferable. So insufferable. This is a family restaurant. They put literally everything into this business. Everything. Sold their homes to keep these businesses open. And how do their vegan customers thank them? Laughing when they close. They never said vegans were bad. They never stopped offering vegan options. They just tried to diversify. Of course, they've now deleted their Facebook page or Instagram. I mean, all these, woke coffee shop closed down after insane demands from even more woke employees. Here's some of the 1-star reviews. I've eaten at Sage plenty of times as a vegan, and I love this place. It was special. But now they offer something that I don't like. 1 star. Really? I don't really understand. I don't really... It doesn't have vegan cheese? I bet it does have vegan cheese. It couldn't call it vegan. I mean, this seems like a restaurant full. Look at all these 5-star reviews from before this. This restaurant looks very nice. People seem to like it. But this is why people make fun of vegans. This is why people hate you. Like, dude, just shut up and enjoy the fact that you have a nice place to eat your vegan food. You don't have to. Do you not go to the grocery store if they also sell meat? Do vegans not go to Walmart because they sell meat there? I doubt it. Do vegans not go to Costco because they sell meat there? No. So how is that any different than this? These people are entitled losers, and now they destroyed a family business. Enjoy, I guess. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.